Hey friends, picture this. So you spot your dream home up for sale, but there's a problem. Your current home is still sitting on the market unsold. So what do? This exact scenario is becoming more commonplace in today's slower real estate market. And now something rare is making a comeback. It's called an escape clause. It's a rarely used condition that gives buyers a safety net, especially if they're trying to buy and sell at the same time. So in this video, I'm going to break down what an escape clause is, why it's showing up in some GTA deals right now, and how it actually works. Hi there, for those new to my channel, welcome. I'm Sonia Ramgobin, realtor with RE/MAX, servicing the Durham region and the GTA. And as always, my hope is that these videos keep you informed and help you navigate the real estate market with confidence. Okay, so we've all noticed the shift in the GTA real estate market. Things have definitely cooled down. But one thing that caught me off guard is hearing that escape clauses are starting to show up in some real estate deals. So one example of this comes from the House Sigma sales data, which shows a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom detached home in Scarborough that recently sold, but with a catch. The deal included an escape clause, meaning both the buyer and the seller had a way out if certain conditions were not met. So let's go back a couple of years. During the hot pandemic market, you basically never saw any conditions in offers, right? Because everything was firm, fast, and super competitive. Now, fast forward to now, where the market conditions are different. And it's normal now to see conditions in offers. But to hear that the escape clause is making a comeback is kind of surprising and a little bit unexpected. So let's talk more about that. So what exactly is an escape clause? So basically, you can think of it as a conditional deal with an emergency exit. So let's say you find your dream home, but you still need to sell your current place. With an escape clause, you can make an offer now on that home, but the deal only becomes final if your home sells within a certain time frame, which is usually 30 to 60 days. But here's where things get interesting. While you're trying to sell your home, the seller that you're trying to purchase from can still show that property to other buyers. And if someone else comes along with a better offer, you will then have a short window, typically 24 to 72 hours, to either firm up your offer or walk away from the deal entirely. But remember, this decision would have to be made whether you sold your home or not, right? So to sum it all up, it's basically a way for buyers to move forward with a purchase without being locked in, while still giving sellers a chance to keep their options open just in case. So some of you might be wondering, is an escape clause the same as conditions like financing or home inspection? Well, the answer is both yes and no. An escape clause is a type of condition, but it's a bit different. So traditional conditions like financing or inspections are there to protect the buyer only. But an escape clause is more like a two-way safety net. It protects the buyer, usually by giving them time to sell their current home, and it gives the seller the flexibility to keep showing their property and accept other offers if something better comes along. So while it's technically a condition, it works differently because it's trying to help both sides. Now let's get into why we are seeing escape clauses make a comeback. So in my opinion, it really comes down to one thing: time pressure in a slower market. So let me explain further. So right now, many homes are taking longer to sell. So homeowners who want to buy a new place but still need to sell their current home are in a tough spot. There's a lot of inventory out there, which means buyers have a lot of options to choose from. And these homeowners may want to jump on this because they are ready to move and don't want to miss out on the right home. But as I mentioned previously, the dilemma is that these buyers may have found the home that they want to purchase, but they still can't fully commit until their current property sells. So that's where this escape clause comes into play, right? It gives the buyers the opportunity to try and move forward with the home that they wish to purchase without taking on too much risk. However, on the flip side, if we were to look at this from the seller's perspective, we could say that the seller may be more open to flexible deals and clauses like this at this time because they're not getting the firm, non-conditioned offers that they were a couple of years ago. So an offer with an escape clause gives the seller a potential buyer to work with, while at the same time allows them to keep showing their home, stay active on the market, and take a better offer if it comes in. So in a way, it's kind of like the best of both worlds for both sides, because the buyer gets the opportunity to try and purchase the home that they want with that protection to either exit the deal if need be, and then the seller has a potential buyer, but at the same time is allowed to keep their options open just in case the deal can't close. So in a market like today that is more cautious and balanced, an escape clause might offer that kind of flexibility that some buyers and sellers need at this time. Now, keep in mind, escape clauses are not for everyone. If you are a first-time buyer, you're starting fresh with no property to sell, so there's really no need for this type of clause. But if you're upsizing, downsizing, or relocating, and your ability to buy depends on selling your current home, then an escape clause might be something that you want to consider. With that being said, in my personal opinion, an escape clause wouldn't be my first choice. I totally get the appeal of having that safety net in case your home doesn't sell, because, it can give you that peace of mind. But on the flip side, I think it could, cause a lot of pressure. When time is ticking, you might feel forced to sell fast, and that could mean selling for less because you're in a panic to sell. And on the other side, for sellers, in my opinion, it's not exactly ideal either. You've basically accepted an offer, but the deal isn't firm. And then you're in limbo waiting for the buyer to sell their home. And if it doesn't, you're basically back to square one. So overall, even though we are seeing escape clauses emerge in today's market, keep in mind escape clauses are still really rare. They actually make up just about 0.31% of active listings across the GTA. But in areas like Durham, the numbers have climbed to over 1%, which is the highest levels we've seen in years. So I'm curious, what do you think? Would you ever use an escape clause in your own real estate deal? Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone that might benefit from this information. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.